Okay, now we have come to Kenyatta National Hospital and we have found out that the 34 victims were brought here to Kenyatta National Hospital with different degrees of injuries. We have seen 22 who are in this particular ward here. They're being treated and we've seen that they're taking good care of all the patients here. These people some of them have got very serious injuries. We've been told that 4 of those who were brought here have lost their lives. We have made a contribution like we did where we were before of 12,000 shillings for each, 20,000 shillings for each of the victims here. But we're saying that we want the national government to also get involved. Secondly, the issue of the medical bills for the victims here is an issue that needs to be addressed. We have been told that the county government gave a waiver in all those institutions that are under the care of the county government. We want the national government to do the same here, to also waive the bills for all the victims who have been brought to this hospital here. This is a result of negligence of duty. This is an accident which should not have taken place. If the authorities charged the responsibility of inspection and supervision did their jobs, there's no reason why an institution handling dangerous materials like LPG should be put within the vicinity of a residential area. This actually goes against what is called the Factory Inspectorate Act, and this should not have been allowed. The fact that this institution has been there for more than a year shows that some people are sleeping on their jobs. This is something that is very worrying indeed, because you're placing the lives of many Kenyans at risk. And when a thing like this happens, it's when you realize. But we know that there are several other installations around the city of Nairobi and the other part of the country which are similar to what has just caused this disaster here today. We want to tell the government to not to sleep on duty. Officers who have been charged with the responsibility and not doing them, like these ones here, are criminals. And they should be charged in the court of law and put to prison. So we don't want to see what has now become like a normal practice within this government. That's, the culprit says he's surrendering himself. And then he's going to come up with all sorts of excuses. And then he's taken to court. Eventually you see that the DPP has withdrawn the case because there's no evidence. We must condemn it in the strongest terms possible. We don't want the lives of our people to be put at risk because some people are sleeping on their jobs. As Azimio, we condemn what has happened. And we say that this should not be happening in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Finally, we have produced 3 million shillings, which we are sharing with all the victims here. And we are urging the national government to come in and also make contributions. Most of these people have lost their livelihoods. So they have also lost their houses. So the government should try to find shelter for these people. I said it there before and I want to repeat again. There's already affordable housing scheme that has been completed. Let these people be the first beneficiaries and tenants of that scheme. So we urge Mr. Ruto to come out and act instead of just shouting at the State House. Bombs.
Fire is, they say, is a good servant but a bad master.
It was like a month on last night.
LPG is a good friend, but it's a very bad enemy. But a terrible enemy. I deal with LPG other times.
Yes.
That's why, because we manufacture those cylinders.
Yes.
And the standards and specifications are very stringent, you know, and I don't understand how somebody can come and begin filling LPG in a place like this. This is basically committing suicide. This is suicidal. I mean, and you're not only to yourself, to the community around. It is completely unacceptable. It cannot happen in a civilized society. And the oil companies know this. They will not, Vivo or Total will not allow this kind of thing. This must be a Juakali operation. And these are kind of things that must not be allowed to happen in our country.
But there are so many within Embakasi here, Baba, and also within Eastlands. So it's something that should be really raised. There are so many like this, which is just a time bomb.
What we have done, Jacom, is the Energy Committee, the Senate has already written to EPRA. We would want that they give us a complete list of all such facilities operating, whether they are licensed or unlicensed, whether there are cases going on in court involving them or not. We resume on Tuesday. So we're hoping that by Wednesday we should have a sitting with the team from EPRA. It is important even for the locals and the leadership to know where these things are, so that they can not only take appropriate action, but also make the public aware that there is something that like this in your neighborhood. But the most critical issue is that EPRA must enforce the rules. If indeed it is not allowed for a facility to be within such distance, if there are any facilities within Nairobi, Embakasi or anywhere else across the country, they should immediately be shut so that those facilities can be moved to places where the lives of people will not be endangered.
You see, the government itself has got inspectorates. The government itself has got institutions that are meant to safeguard the people. So that Parliament oversight comes much later.
Yes.
You see, the institutions, like we've got factory inspectorate department. I don't know where it went to. It used to be very effective in those days.
When somebody's stomach.
See?
Even within EPRA themselves, Baba, they have an inspectorate department.
Yes. So what is happening? Somebody somewhere has gone to sleep. Its institutions are not working. And if institutions are not working, people will suffer.
True.
We allow these institutions to work without politics. Because there's too much politicking today in our society. So nobody is working. And profiteering and pilfering, so that the public is at risk. The public is not protected. And this is something that is very worrisome. It's worrying.
Okay. Thank you.